Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Let's do this, guys. What's up and Happy New Year, Insiders. How you doing, everybody? It's been a while. We missed you guys last week, but we had a great New Year. Busy one. Lots going on. A busy
You
Christmas.
had a great one.
Yeah, I had
some great
very
ones going on.
interesting one, so I'm sure we will get into that.
So Jeff's birthday was Christmas.
Yes.
And then we probably for the whole year missed our only week. Okay, well, we're back, Insiders.
Right.
We didn't have a show last week.
Right.
So that was probably the only show we missed all year that I could think of. I don't think we missed a show.
I think we might have had one, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Happy New Year.
Look at if we can't remember,
yeah,
it probably didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time. Christmas was great in my house.
Okay.
There's already toys all over the place with kids stuff. Man, I tell you what, they get some interesting stuff. And my wife and I limited the stuff that we got them. We're like, listen, I feel bad doing this, but we're only going to get them 2 presents. That's it. You get each of them 2 presents because we're not going to get like the baby. What are we getting him? Nothing, right? So, they still ended up with a full sack of stuff. My mom and dad, like my mom, like, are you kidding me? It was like a trunk full of stuff. Love you, Mom.
Wow. Yeah. It's a little different with with teenagers and stuff and everything, but mine was very eventful. Mine was very eventful.
Tell us a little bit more about the events, Jeff.
Yes. All right. So if you haven't seen yes, I got engaged. So let's so to Shelly, who's I've shared with you guys for the past 3 years. My girlfriend for I guess it's been 5 years. So yeah, it's time.
Ain't your girlfriend no more.
That's right, my fiance.
That's right.
So excited about that. All right, so this story, let's just share how it went down.
You got a shareable story? Let's hear it.
Yeah. All right. So I had to, order the ring, and I wasn't able to.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
And so I wasn't sure when it was going to come, and they had to change some things, and it wasn't, exactly how I thought it was going to be. So I had to get some things changed, and so by the end of the time, they're like, "Yeah, it'll be here." I thought they sent it already on like the 21st. They are texting me at like 7 p.m. on the 23rd, like it's going to. No, it's still going to be. I'm like, how are you guys going to send it and still get it here? Like, there's no way. And yeah, somehow it got here earlier than what I thought. So it got here on Christmas Eve around like 11 a.m. So
now, I'm
going to do that.
Did you propose on Christmas Eve?
Yes, that's when I proposed.
Okay.
Yep. And then the next day it was all busy telling everyone else and doing the family things. So that's why
I kind of hijacked Christmas.
Yeah, I kind of did. So that was.
That's all right because Christmas.
I'm in trouble.
Your birthday.
Yeah.
So what are they supposed to do? It's your day.
That's right. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, now that I finally got the ring, how am I going to do this? How are we going to make this right? And we said, okay, we're going to a friend's kind of get together. So we went to do that. The problem is, we a month ago, the youngest son, Sean, got a new dog. So they are at they're at their dad's house for the week of Christmas before that. And so we are taking care of the dog. Well, the dog is getting into everything, okay? Every single Christmas candy there is, all right? Peppermints, everything, this and that. So the dog, on Christmas Eve, I go to get the ring and I go and get a couple more extra things. And I come back and I'm like, what's up? How was the day? There was crap everywhere. It was bad. It was diarrhea all over the walls. Everything.
Not a romantic moment.
It was not, right? So I'm thinking, oh man. So I think we need to take the dog with us just so that way we can take him out if we need to or whatever, right? So, because it's just not going to be good if we come back and it's going to be a mess. So yeah,
take that dog and tie him to a tree.
This is not sounding good, right? The dog did not want to get out of the car, so we kept checking the dog. When we checked on the dog, it was bad. All right, it was all over the place. I don't even want to get in the car.
In your car.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right.
Why would you leave him alone in your car?
Listen. The dog. All right, listen. The dog is it loves getting in the car. It doesn't like getting out. All right, so. It's all right. It's a rescue dog. They have different, ticks and things. I don't know. All right. So, anyways, so that happens. Huh. We go, we drive, we leave the place, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, all right, we got to clean this. She is not in the best of mood. So we like pull over to a car wash, start shampooing the carpet, everything like that. In the meantime, one of my buddies thinks it's funny to call me and say that he needs my help because he got stabbed by his girlfriend. All right. I took it seriously because he kept going on and on. I kept calling. I couldn't get him. So this is happening while all this going on. Did not happen. Okay. But she's pissed. So everyone's kind of not in the best of mood. I know. That's what I said too. Like, dude, come on, stop. It's not funny. So we get in the car. And about 5 minutes down the road, it happens again. So, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, well, all of this, we were dressed up and stuff. Everything was going to be, nice and a fun and a good time. Nope. So we get home, we got to clean crap all over the place. Both of us get showers. Within the day, we're both tired. We still have some Christmas wrapping done. And I'm just like, I need to get this done because it's the only time that I was going to have just her and I, for a while. So it was like, I want to make it special, just her and I. So I already had my, every year, I don't know if I've shared this before, every year I give her for my birthday, I give her a list of whatever age I'm turning, I give her a list of that many things that I love about her. Right. All right. I know, real mushy. So that was 38 things. Right. Okay. So, and I printed it out this year, all right, and gave it to her. And so that's all she thought she was getting, okay? And so she sits down, reads it all, and then I make sure that the last page is the 38th one, and it goes, hopefully you answered this question or whatever. And then, so, again, we've been dating for 5 years. When I'm about to, I'm asking her, she's like, you're really doing it. I'm so proud of you. It wasn't like, oh, I mean, she was in shock, but it was more of like,
finally, good job, way to go.
No, but yeah, so it was a good one. It was fun, but yeah, I mean, yeah, even in the crappy situations,
literally,
yeah. So interesting one, fun one, but yeah, it was a great time, great Christmas, spent with family, and yeah, got engaged. So pretty interesting stuff, but in a fun
hand
time.
Claps to you, my friend. I've heard of many stories. Never, ever have I ever heard of a story that went like that.
Right. So
wow.
It was funny too. The last time we did our show, you asked me, you were like, hey Jeff,
dude, I feel
listen,
like insiders, I got to tell them, Jeff, I'm going to tell them.
Yeah.
So I was literally, it was like in my stomach. I'm like, I think Jeff is going to propose to Shelly. Jeff did not tell me anything. He did not say, there was no hint. There was no innuendo. There was no insinuation. There was nothing whatsoever. I just had this feeling, and you weren't even doing anything. And I was just like, hey, I was just very blunt, like,
right.
Are you going to ask this woman to marry you? Is that what you're going to do right now? And it was like,
yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Stuff. Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
I was literally talking to Lindsay about it. I was like, I think he's going to ask her.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Awesome,
let me know when I'm coming to Virginia.
Thanks, guys, for all the congratulations. Awesome. Also, if you don't know, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And so next Virtual Fight Tour coming up is, Ladies Night. That's not February 5th, right? I think it's the other one. February 20.
It is February.
Yes, it is.
And it's
I
an
think it's the
all
26th.
ladies
Yep.
fight night.
Yes, 26th.
February 26th. So it's gonna be a fun filled night. I think it's really exciting. I think with the balance of the veteran women in the sport and the up and coming talent, I think it's going to make for a really exciting night.
I think so
I
too.
like
With the
I like
judges.
the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to CTE this week. I know you do. What am I? What
Yeah.
am I talking about? I know you
Yeah.
guys do. And I kind of like the idea. I can't remember if it was Chris or Travis that recommended, like, what if it was all ladies commentating?
Yeah.
And I
I like that
actually
too.
think maybe no. I think
Oh,
maybe what would be good is if there was a female lead and a male subcomment. And the reason why I think it might be good for the female lead to kind of tell, like, no, this is kind of what it's like for ladies to do it in this situation. You might not know this, so let me help you out.
educating a little bit. Okay.
But why not? Because I mean, Jeff, are you and I going to know from that perspective?
No,
No,
not
right?
at all. Right.
If there's something different, let's hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But if it's two females talking to each other, sometimes it's hard when you already know that the other person knows exactly what you're thinking. Sometimes you don't say that, right? Because I can just say, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Right. And then we never actually talk about that thing.
That thing.
But
Yeah.
if somebody
I
had to
gotcha.
verbalize that, I think that could be fun. I think that could be a really cool thing. I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
No, that's a different way to think
It'd be
about
cool,
it.
right?
Yeah. No, but I'm super excited for this one. I know Regina's been talking about it for a while, and it's cool. Maggie is being involved as well. With female fighters. So that, I mean, it's going to be a great one. Remember, you got to show up to grow up. So I love that slogan.
Fun.
Yep, that was
like
great.
That saying.
Also, we got in January Arctic Challenge, so we are excited about that. January 15th.
I think that's going to be a big. I always know that Michigan events are high level talent fighting events, right? So I like the way that they're run in Michigan. I think it's called the MSKC Tour. I don't know for certain if that's what the Arctic Challenge is on, but I know the general group of that Michigan Open Sport Karate Tournament circuit is the great people, great fighters, great talent. The juniors are fantastic.
Yeah, the juniors are.
Although I don't know if it's going to be the same because a lot of them came from Canada,
right?
So that probably can't happen. But I am excited to see what's happening.
What's up, Canal?
Bailey's showing up. Are there going to be other people? Are there going to be coming from Kentucky? Are they going to be coming from Ohio?
I
know people are talking about coming there from Illinois.
Everybody should, man. Just make January like the month that you just kick off your year. I mean, that's what it's for, right? So, yeah, January 15th, get in there, get a bunch of rounds in, compete with the best, and then, most of them, those same people, are going to go to Chicago the next week. So,
yep. Then we'll talk about all that when we're at the AKA Warrior Cup, and then what do we have going on? Oh, we also have
February 5th. Yep. February 5th, we have Central Sports Strike League Grand Prix 1. It's in Texas. 9 of the top Texas fighters, men's fighters, going down. And so, again, a little clarification. What it's going to be is each fight is a best of 3 rounds, right? So cool. It's not necessarily 3, but it could go. So it's kind of like, again, another pro wrestling thing, like 2 out of 3 falls, right? That's kind of the way I always look at it. It's like, if you win 2 in a row, you go. If not, it could go 1-1, and then it's almost like sudden death. Someone has to win.
Well, what I like about that as well is, like, if you and I are fighting Jeff, and I beat you in a close one in the first round, and you blow me out by like 18 points in the second round,
right?
We're still tied.
Right.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Right. And
so it's really double elimination,
Right. I've always found that format to be very interesting, and I really like that. So that'll be interesting to see how it goes, because there's probably going to be the thought, hey, if this was total points, maybe it would be this. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they just look at that and go, I lost. Who knows?
I like it. I think it's cool. It's a different way of looking at it. And it makes it where each one can be a little different. So
Right.
some great fighters on there, but it's put on by Chad Cannon and Carmichael Simon, two amazing martial artists and people. And so we're excited to be a part of that with them. And, we hope to continue to support them. They have always supported us. So guys, check it out and look it up on Facebook or contact them and see, how you can support. So,
you know what? I was looking it up and I was looking at who was on, because it's invite only.
Yeah.
So I was looking at who was on there and I was like, Charlie Davidson, man,
Oh yeah.
I gotta call this guy. What a cool guy. And I'm not gonna tell too much about Charlie because I'm telling you, he and I talked.
We need to have him. Yeah.
Charlie's gonna be on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything because Charlie's got stuff to say.
Yeah.
And I was like 2/3 of the way through the conversation, I'm like, Charlie, you gotta come on the show. You gotta come on the show. It's like that. So yeah, I was excited to see that because he had kind of spent some time away, not on any kind of competition realm for a while. So to hear that he's doing that, I was really excited to hear about, see what that was like. So
yeah,
like
Charlie's been all over, man.
Ready to rock.
Charlie was in Virginia for a while, actually, and so
that's part of what we were talking about.
Yeah, and he won the Grand Slam Open the first year it was a national tournament. So pretty cool. Yep. So we got lots to talk about. So that'll be fun. Something else to look forward to this year, guys. All right. So
speaking of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, literally this is just going to be our show talking about what we want to look for, who's, and the way I've kind of talked about it, if you guys saw the little promo today, was just stars, right? So whose star will shine in 2022? Like, there's a lot, right? There's so many people that we want to look forward to, maybe new people that are maybe are making comebacks, right? People that are moving up from juniors to adults, people that maybe are moving up to senior divisions. I don't know, so what, where do you want to start?
Andrew always makes me feel so bad because Andrew keeps saying,
I know
what to look for, not Canadians. You've got to find a way to get another address, like maybe one in Buffalo. Who knows? So I feel, but I do. I legitimately feel so bad. Maybe like a work visa, something. I have no idea. We could hire them for the Martial Arts Center Network. That way they could get across. That way they have a reason to come across the border. I have no idea. Right?
Dude, it's just sad, man. I hate it. I mean, I hope that maybe they will be able to at least have tournaments there, and put some more tournaments on. But I know they've been dealing with stuff doing that for a while. So
it would have to be like legit Fight Club. We do not talk about it because if you talk about it, you're going to jail.
Oh my God! All right.
I mean, what am I saying? I'm dying. I'm dying.
All right. So two stars that we saw a little bit last year, and we saw them fight, and we definitely could see this at the Arctic Challenge. That I think people just want to see this fight again and again is Avery Plowden versus Bailey Murphy. And we ended the year with that at Diamonds, and I think that we could start the year twice, 2 weeks in a row if we wanted to. You
really could,
we probably might. We probably will.
So it would be really easy to look at their last matchup with the last man standing at the Diamond Nationals. The Diamond Nationals. We've been begging for a final fight. There hasn't been a final fight winner at the Diamond Nationals for the men's since 2014.
Yep.
Look at that. So we had almost 7 years where there wasn't one, right? 6.
And then there was 1 year off. So yeah.
Jesse brought it back. So without Jesse, we wouldn't have had that. But it's not just the Diamonds. There was all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had a tournament like this is the tournament I want to be at. Like I want to win this tournament, right? Everybody, because it's different for everybody. Yeah, you had the top level ones, but I didn't grow up loving the Warrior Cup. So that wasn't one that was super emotional to me.
Right. And now it is. Yeah, now it is. Now it's really interesting,
Right. But geographically, this wasn't a thing that people where I was from really paid that much attention to. We knew about it. It didn't.
Well,
I
and
didn't
also
care about
too,
it.
if you, yeah, because again, for the longest time, it was like a AA tournament for some reason. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
politically, they weren't in the place that they needed for NASCA. So then it
Well,
went to NBL, and it was at a different, So I mean, and really, that was the last time I'd been. So it's been 21 years, and I'm finally going back this year. So I'm excited about that. But
all this to kind of say, it would be easy to say, hey, Avery was 1 point away. He could have had it. He should have had that. He could have.
right.
And I don't necessarily say that. What I do say is, you know what? I don't think Avery had enough tournament reps. Because I don't think he did to be fighting Bailey Murphy on that stage. He's Avery freaking Plowden. It's not like there's a stage too big for him. There's not. That's not the case.
Right.
But you're fighting who we consider the best fighter in America, right?
Yeah.
What if he had more around? What if he had 2, 3, 4 months
of
tournament reps
competing
before that time, right? So I think that's the only thing. Maybe it would have been some versatility. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
I think so too.
And Mike's saying it right there. Mike's saying that last point could have gone either way because we saw them both crash into each other, and Bailey got knocked backwards.
Right.
Not 200 pounds. Right.
Right.
So listen, Avery saying he's in the 190s. That guy has to walk around like
I saw some videos of him yesterday. Like
he has to walk around like he's 212, 215, and then he just like sheds some water weight because that dude has muscles on top of him.
He's one of the few people that cuts for point fighting.
Right. And yeah.
Oh man, Sport Karate Memes, they had a great one that again they're putting out a bunch of ones over the past week or two that have been Super Grands based that kind of because this is that time of the year, right?
That was that time of the year.
Or it was. And they put the whole 66-pound. Yes, I made the 66-pound division. That way I can beat up on some 6-year-olds. But it's how it was, dude. Because in NBL, it used to be that was just continuous, that was weights, right? Yeah. But they used to just be weights, like 17 under, just weights. So you would have some like 13, 14-year-olds cut down to like nothing and fight people that are way younger than them, right? Or you had people like me that was just, skinny and short and fighting Donald Vickers, who was like, I was 17, he was like 12 or 13. It didn't really work, right? It didn't make sense. So, but eventually it switched to where it was 11 under, 12, 14, and 15, 17. But yeah, so there were some fun ones. So check out Sport Karate Memes. They have some funny ones out. All right, what about, so we talked about those two. I know there's other ones, and we're going to just keep putting out names that we want to see. Let's go right into women, though, because, again, I mean, I think there's some who are very active that I'm excited about seeing. I
might throw a curve your way, though, and I want you to comment on this one. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the women forms competitors.
Yep, that too.
Noelle Jillison.
Yes.
I want to see
out. Yep, I want to see her out.
Because I'm so interested because of the Sammy Smith angle. Because I thought it was going to be. I thought, man, maybe Noelle could like kind of contend with Sammy, and Sammy was like, "Hold my beer," right?
Right.
But because Noelle had beaten Haley a few times when they were juniors,
right,
and then Haley showed up and said, "I'm Haley mother effing Glass." Right.
And just
so now it's like
JPM.
Wow. Okay,
right.
then.
Right.
Well, let's add Noelle into this mix. What's going to happen? Could Noelle come back and take a couple of wins from Haley? Because that's happened in the past. Is Sammy going to come back and say, "Listen, you guys had your fun"?
And we're also talking about Julia as well. Julia Plocker is another one.
Oh, we see
just another one.
You added Julia Plocker.
And then you have someone like. Listen, like Kaylin Kowalski has shown up and went from, like Emily said, went from, being a good competitor to competing like every weekend in virtual. And then she's on stage at the Diamonds and then she wins Pan Am's, so it's really exciting. Yeah, Richard, great play. And we got to work to recruit more women this year. Yeah, that's true in our sport. We got to continue to recruit more women, and I think that there are a lot of top ones that can. I'm excited this year. Yeah, hold on one sec. I know we have a couple that on the team that I'll be representing, Heartland South. We have a couple that are from my area that have competed NBL and done some WKC, and I'm excited to finally get them out, help see them get out. That's Jaden Tuitt and Brianna Tuitt, and Jaden will be in adults, and both of them are great competitors. We also have Victoria Austin, who will be competing. So looking forward to seeing more people out there that haven't taken that chance. So
I had not seen, this is a funny one for me, because I had not seen a lot of Kaylin Kowalski, and somebody had mentioned something like that, and I'm like, who the heck is Kaylin Kowalski? This is earlier in the year, last year.
Yeah.
And I saw her vlogs before I saw any of her forms.
Okay.
She's funny.
Yeah, right? She is.
What?
I've known her since she was a junior, so yeah, because
very much like a teenager type of vibe. But she's funny. She does a good thing. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Right. So if you guys haven't watched any of her vlogs, she does some from tournaments where she's at. It's almost, she makes it feel like you're getting like, when I was a kid, I used to watch NBA Inside Stuff, and I used to feel like now I'm going into the back. I'm going into the locker room where the players are going. This is what it looks like on the court, even though I watch the game on the court anyway. Right. It just made me feel like, oh, I'm getting like a secret pass. Kaylin kind of makes that feel that way because of the way she does her vlogs. It's really cool. So shout out to Kaylin for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I like what Angel said. I really think Amber Rutherford is going to step up this year in the women's traditional challenge and Japanese divisions. Definitely think so. Her and Gabrielle will be battling a lot.
Yeah, let's not forget Gabrielle Dunn.
Yep. So,
and can we say this as long as on the whole topic, because you just got engaged?
Yeah.
When the heck is Gabrielle Dunn gonna come to be Gabrielle Rudolph? Can we just not? Can we get that?
I think he said 6 months or something. I think.
Can we get that done? Can we get that over with now? Can you guys just tie the knot? Come on, talk about the cutest couple on the planet.
Oh,
just get it over with.
So
and if
we
I
have
get
that.
An invite, Jackson.
Here we go. The invite. All right.
Yes.
Oh man, this is fun. So we got that. Let's get back to women's fighting. I mean, we're gonna go all over the place. We haven't even talked about some other ones that we need to talk about. But all right. So women's fighting. I think this last year, Yamina really showed that she is, one to be to be a threat, and it's just going to keep getting more experience. And then another one that we all saw on the virtual fight tour, is go ahead, because I just blanked.
Peyton Fender?
No. Yeah, she's another one. Yes, great. From Ben's school. Sorry. My God, how did I just have a brain fart?
Brianna Nurse.
Yes, there we go. Brianna Nurse. Yeah, Brianna Nurse. I think. Yes, Alexa Fleshman. But all those are ones that are great. And excited to see like what's going to happen. Is how much are we going to see more of Katana? Are we going to see how much Morgan are we going to see?
So it's interesting you mentioned Katana, because what I feel is I still feel it's Morgan Plowden, everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if people think I'm hating. I think it's Morgan Plowden, everybody else. In the everybody else, I feel Katana should feel like you guys are all competing to see who will face me before I face Morgan. What I feel like Katana should feel.
Well, that's the mindset. Yeah.
I don't know if that's her mindset. I think that should be her mindset. I think she's got the talent. she's got that. You know what? She's got the attitude. When she's in the ring, she has the attitude.
She has that attitude. Yeah, you're right.
I think sometimes outside of the ring, she's not as confident when she's inside the ring. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I think listen, I don't have any otherwise notice on this, but all I know is sometimes when people are at events and they don't fight, they second guess themselves. Like, I don't know, my training wasn't that great. Do I have it? Do I not? I'll just wait till the next one. Sometimes they literally do that. They'll verbalize that.
Right.
And I don't know if that's what her mindset is. She shouldn't miss a dang event. She should just go out there and just win everything.
Right.
You know, she should, because we have been talking about her like this. Like, okay, yeah, you beat them, go beat Morgan. You beat them, go beat Morgan. That's the only thing left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I just think this is a great time for women's fighting. There's a lot of new people out, a lot of young females. And I'd hope to see some more, of the 30 and up females, continue to get out there and fight. So excited for that. Big ups to
the 30 and up or the 35 and up. I think Rasha Al-Nadi, I think if she went and fought 18 plus, I still think she could win some divisions. I do. I really believe that. So I think in the 30 and up, 35 and up, I think Rasha Al-Nadi, I think she's going to be great.
I think, I was just going to say big ups to Revolution and Legend for like doing what they have for women's fighting. There's some on Legend we hadn't even talked about, that have done well. Like Mouse won some divisions, won some grands, this year. Also, the young lady who was a part of the women winning team at U.S. Open. I'm not sure if she moves up to adult this year or not, but from Mexico. So that's going to be interesting to what happens with her.
There's enough intrigue out there,
right?
That the buzz is out there. All right, ladies, impress us. Do something awesome.
Yep.
Right? Look at even Mike is saying it. Look at that.
Yep.
When Morgan and Katana is at a tournament, they are the fight I want to see. However, the ones mentioned has my interest. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. When you see, if it's just a Friday mid-morning and you see Morgan, you see Katana, you're like, well, I know which fight I'm waiting to see.
Right.
It could be, it's 10:30 on a Friday morning and you just got to the tournament and you're like, somebody text me when they're lining up. Yeah. That's what everyone's going to say.
So it's going to be great. I'm excited for that. This could definitely be, and what a great way to kick it off with all women's VFT, right? So,
right.
So make sure you guys are trying to be a part of that show. All right. I'm going to go into some forums and stuff. Oh, another female or
I had a thought.
Okay.
And since you've got more knowledge on history than anybody else, I thought this would be a perfect question for you. Who are some people who you think should make a comeback? Okay. Maybe we haven't seen in a few years. Maybe you haven't seen in many years, but are still like, come the heck on.
Right. Well, one is me because I'm going to be making a comeback this year, so that's one. But
don't call it a comeback.
That's true.
He's been here for years.
That's true. That's true. All right, so there's that. There's some people that I feel like, kind of like, huh?
Kaylin had a good one. She said Tyler Weaver.
Tyler Weaver. All right. I think someone kind of like, all right, I know he's kind of already he's doing this, but someone like an Edgar, because Edgar never really competed in NASCA, and so over the past year he has, and he's shown what he could do, and there's some people like that I'd like to see. I like to see Tim Conkle come back. That's someone, and I talked to him the other day, and he's kind of real interested in that, Gina Thornton and Verona, those are two great ones. Those
are my thought right there.
Yeah.
Let's get the Impex women back in there.
That's right. That would be great. I think, for me, I like to see Daniela Barrientos back in competing in traditional. She's amazing, And again, I've mentioned her several times on the show. One of my toughest competitors I've ever competed against. One of the best women's Japanese Okinawan competitors of all time in any circuit. So I think that would be great. Yes, Colton Presley would be a great one because of his creativity. But and that's the reason why I say Tim Conkle, because the guy can do every weapon there is. He can do every division. Oh, Canell, yeah. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Canell hit right there.
Yeah.
Chelsea Nash decides.
Chelsea Nash, yep.
Listen, I just trained for the last 5 months. I'm ready to come out there. Oh, what? Could you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine?
That's right. That would be great.
That would be must see.
And
Mike
again,
Mike is saying Ross Cook. Shush, Mike.
Yeah, we knew that's coming.
Ross
right?
wants to come out there and just let everybody know y'all forgot about me.
Corky would be a great one, Andrew. Yep. Oh man, I was thinking someone, and then
thinking, and we saw a little bit of a comeback. Was Justice Lawrence?
Yeah, Justice
he came
would be
back.
Great.
Did an event.
That dude is in amazing shape. Okay, he was posting like flash kick videos of him the other day on Instagram.
Isn't he in his mid-40s?
Yeah, and he's probably got he could probably have one of the best bodies, on the circuit.
He's got
like this dude's
12-pack abs.
Like 16. It's insane, dude.
It's
yeah. And so yeah, Justice would be great. I guess it's not really a comeback, but when she was on our show, we talked about how she just doesn't compete enough, and that's Elise Gorel. And I really think that's one we need to see.
Yes.
You add her into this crazy female divisions. We would love to see that.
You know, one of the things I like about Elise is when people see her for the first time, they think they have her figured out. And they realize, oh, I do not.
No.
Because they put her into a stereotype and they go, oh, skinny, tall.
Yeah.
Women kicker. Okay, here it comes. Nope, that's not it. She is very smart, right? She's very, very good. And yeah, I like her style. I like the way she fights.
There's another NBL one that I think would be great to see come back. She just got married last year, but that's Karina Hippolito. That would be a great one. She was one of the best junior competitors in NBL and did some amazing things. Her flexibility, her choreography and stuff, I think would be interesting to see that against the competitors right now. Just be a different feel, a different look than what's out there right now. So, all right.
I got one from the forms end.
Okay.
I think it would be fantastically entertaining to watch if Josh and Jake Kahn came back
for team
forms, did a team sync again. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that.
That would be.
They're great. Those are great guys too.
They are. Yep. So that would be a great one. Man, there's so many for teams. I forgot about that. But all right, let's talk about some other stars. I know we're kind of going all over the place.
That's okay.
Yeah. If you guys hadn't seen yet, Steve Tirada was doing sections the other day. Looked pretty good. So
all right, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Yeah.
Stop. Steve Tirada.
Yeah. Not just hands. He was doing like form sections. Okay. He was doing form sections.
Don't play with my emotions. Steve Tirada's coming back. Wow. That would be great.
That would be fun.
Steve Tirada comes back. I think Matt Emick might have to be like, you know what? I'm going to come back too.
Anybody, man. Anybody. Yeah. Lots of good stuff, man. Lots of crazy things that we got to look forward to. As far as new competitors, either it's their first year in adults or it's maybe their second year, right? So I know one for me, and this is going to be my competitor of the week. I don't know if you have a competitor of the week, but I'm going to talk about Dawson Holt. This dude is awesome, super clean. There already is a stacked weapons division for men's this year. Okay, it's going to be insane on especially all the common people. You're talking about Rashad. You talk about Connor Chastain. You got Alex Riggs. You got Will Cornett. Sorry, I always say Will Cornett. Will Nevitt.
Will Nevitt. Yeah, Connor Chastain.
You got Alex Macias. You got Danny. You got So is Aiden Considine going to come back? Who knows? You know, I mean, what's going to happen? But then you add in a guy who's amazing at sword, who's super clean, who's strong, who's creative, who has difficulty, and who's just a stand-up good kid. So excited to see him compete. Yeah, Mr. Clean, Dawson Holt. And he's not just good. I mean, he's good at other divisions too, in forms, and creative. So I'm excited for that. You know, I never know about some of these guys that are moving up that come from, you know, like that Jason Warren's background or even Competitive Edge, because some of those guys have Korean backgrounds. So would they compete in the Korean division? You know, because that's one of the problems with the Korean division is that there isn't that in the juniors, right? So they go that whole time not doing it, and then they're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get back and do this division. Maybe he's one that can do that. So, yeah, I'm going to be excited to watch Dawson Holt. So,
well, I think that would be an exciting one, especially that division that's in. I mean, we see it a lot when we see, all right, here says the junior who was winning everything. Now they're coming up into a deep pool of men's, either if it's CMX, Extreme, whatever it may be, or weapons. Like this is going to be that big.
Right.
My competitor of the week,
I
feel a little funny about, because it might sound like a backhanded compliment. All right. Is Bryan Rodriguez.
All right.
Because it's also going to touch on the following topic I have right after that. Bryan Rodriguez, for a time, was just cemented like he's the middleweight winner. He's the middleweight winner, and he'll be in the final for the heavyweight overall. That's it.
Yep.
He's winning the middleweight grand, and just watch. He'll win an occasional. He won a few heavyweight overalls. Yep. He did. And then what started to happen is you would see him being at a tournament. You'd watch a few really, exciting team fights, and then the tournament would be over, and you would just kind of ask yourself, wait, whatever happened with Bryan this weekend? I didn't see him. Oh, okay, because he didn't win. Right. You go, wow, oh, that was strange. All right. And then the next tournament would happen, and you go, whatever happened with Bryan? He didn't win again? That's strange, right? And I remember feeling like that's strange, because the one thing I liked about him so much is that he's very consistent in the way that he fights, right? He can kick very well. I remember watching him fight Zolt Murati, right? And Zolt Murati couldn't get anywhere with his leg, right? And Bryan just kicked with him and was like, excuse me, you're not stronger than me. Sit down, all right? And beat him. And then JPM decided, oh no, we're going into overtime. Like, how are you going into overtime? You have less points. You don't have enough points to go into overtime. Somehow it happened. And then he still won, right? And I'm like, we got to watch this guy. That was in the Team Legend days. Right. Then he goes and joins Hayabusa, right? With a Hayabusa experience. And then he wins a couple of overalls on Hayabusa, right? And I think he kind of peaked when he was on Hayabusa. The proper, maybe it was because when he was on proper that he wasn't at as many events. I'm not sure. Maybe it was the consistency, right? I don't know, whatever it was. I just don't think it clicked. And so I'm really excited to see what happens with Bryan this year, because my next topic I want Bryan to be kind of a subject in is, I think, people who might be in need of a change of scenery.
Oh man, we got.
The reason why I want to mention that is because that's a real thing. It's a real thing.
It's true. It's true.
So, and if we dance around it and say like, oh, come on, you're hating or you're doing this. Listen, we all feel that way.
Right.
You can have somebody who's not as great a coach be a better coach for this specific person because of the way that they communicate with one another.
Right.
Let's use Bryan, for example. Homer speaks Spanish as a first language, right? That's important.
Right.
It's important to take into consideration.
Definitely.
Right. So, I just think that's probably in need of a.
We know we're going to start something, but hey, It is what it
Right,
is.
whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever.
So, but
Truth
I've
hurts.
been hearing that thing might change anyway. His scenery might change. But who's some other people
Oh
that
man.
might be needing to change the scenery, Jeff? You got any ideas?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Or maybe me, or you know what?
I wasn't
So that
thinking
it
of it,
doesn't
so I
sound
don't
like
know.
so that it doesn't sound like we're being haters and we're drinking ourselves some haterade. Maybe what would be interesting. This is good. Jackson hit it perfect. Ask about to hit Alex with some tampering fines. This is ideal. I love it. Yeah. We
Oh
could bill
man.
Larry Carnahan for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there will be some changes at
There'll be a lot of
AK, you
changes.
know.
But how about this? How about this? So maybe it doesn't sound like we're hating, although if it does, it does. What if we looked at it like what team changes would look cool if these people were paired together?
Right. I mean, I think we saw it a little bit last year, maybe at Battle of Atlanta, you know, like when we saw like Tyson fight with Bailey, you know, that was kind of cool, you know.
Well, I was going to mention Bailey with Tyreek.
Okay.
They're tight because they're tight friends.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people kind of had thought that maybe, you know, if there was some deal that they worked out, you know, that maybe in some ways he's kind of like the non-official top 10 USA member, but and we know that that's not, you know, going to happen. But he goes to those same events they do, then they team fight together. But it, you know, that's really it, you know. So I mean, I'm sure we will see them team fight together at some events that the rest of his team's not at, you know, or overseas in Europe. You know, that's probably what will happen. We will see that. So with him and Troy and Enrique and Tyreek fighting together. So
right.
As far as I don't know, man.
Anybody else? What do you think, man? Because there's some people out there. There's some free agents out there. Could be some. They could be in need of a change of scenery as well. They're open. They're out there.
Right.
What might happen? Is the team not picking everybody up next year? We never know.
That's true.
Right? So it may not be that, this team got rid of somebody. It could be, listen, man, we only have so much money. We can only keep so many guys. We've all seen it. We've all been around it. We've all heard it. It just happens. It is what it is.
Yeah. I think also too, like, I mean, let's look at, are we going to get a full season of K-Talk this year? Are we going to get, you know, let's just talk about that, you know, because
there's a number of people on K-Talk that
they built a team together and we haven't seen them compete together, you know, so that would be interesting, you know. Would love to see, you know, Hector at these events, and then also guys like Pablo. We haven't seen him compete, you know.
Even with the women. Here's another woman that we haven't mentioned yet, Kayla Mejia.
Right. Yes, Angel. You should be knowing about this.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oof. All right, we're getting some comments from K-Talk. All right, so yeah, Kayla Mejia would be great. I mean, there's so many that we would love to come to be out there, you know. I guess I didn't think of it, so I'm having a hard time like racking my head.
Well, maybe maybe Kayla's in need of a change of scenery. Maybe it's something like that where Kayla Mejia is like, listen, I want to get out there, and then
thanks, Troy.
What if it's where Gina doesn't come back? Gina Thornton doesn't come back, and Impex is like, hey, Kayla, come on over. You know, Who knows?
But again, like Andrew said, she's stuck in Canada. So, So, I don't know, man. I think there's.
She got robbed. She got robbed and stuck in Canada. She used to be in Mexico.
What about some Forms people that maybe need to be in a different, you know, like nothing against Infinity, but there's so many people, top guys on that same team. I think it's worked for them. But what if one of those people went to JPM, or what if one of those people went to, you know, what about a Team Dojo? Because, well, that could happen because Connor Chastain moved down to Dojo. Will he be representing, you know, TDE?
Yes.
You know, so is that already done?
I'm actually going to say the exact opposite.
What, the more people need to go to Infinity?
I think Mike Welch's influence
Oh yeah.
on forms today should not be understated.
Oh no, definitely not.
And I think if Mike Welch has an opportunity to get around you and help you, if you're a top level talent and you spend some time with Mike Welch, I think your game can only improve big time. So I think people should be looking to do the opposite. People should be looking to seek out Team Infinity if possible.
And they did for a while. They have a lot of guys that are not from,
but I don't know I don't know the process. Is the process like, hey, Haley,
yeah,
you're doing a fantastic thing. Why don't you do it with the Infinity uniform? I don't know if it went like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, right? Juliana is a forms competitor, but again, she's not really that active. So, yeah, this is a great one. All right, let's talk about teams, and then yes, JPM. Like, who are these guys going to pick up? And also, if I'm sure most people saw Mike Conroy's message the other day about, hey, if you're a free agent, message me.
Oh yeah.
So those are two very interesting topics, and like, what are we going to get? And
I'll tell you someone who's.
And I have another one too, but go ahead.
Well, here's one, because you mentioned Juliana, who's technically a free agent, but not really. What if Justin came back? What if Justin Ortiz came back? Because is he a free agent? Is he not? That would be great.
He's a sponsored fighter, but I don't know if he has a team.
But is he? I mean, you know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
If it's like, no, I'm not going, so then it's like, well, then you're not really sponsored. So if you're not really sponsored, are you part of the team? Are you not? I don't know, right? So if they're not allocating the funds to you, are you really on the team? I know sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. You know what I mean? But what if he was? Think about this.
Here's the deal. If he's not, then give him a team. All right? Put some guys with him. All right? And same thing with Alex Macias. Like, give that guy a team to team fight with. Because you're only going to get better if you team fight. The more fights you get, the better. Like, I haven't seen anyone who's gone to become like the best in the world who didn't team fight. Have you? Yep. I mean, not really. No. I don't really think that happened. So, I think that's what needs to happen is put together a team, JPM.
Well, there's only, when we say like the best in the world, there are only a few people that we can go during like their time. They were the best in the world. Right. There are a few people. The only two people I can say were the best in the world that didn't team fight were women, and that is Morgan Plowden, because she doesn't have her team, right?
Mm-hmm. But she did team fight a lot, though. She did team fight a lot,
right? But not in the last number of years,
right?
She hasn't had a team.
She hadn't had teammates.
She hasn't had a team.
4 years.
So
yeah,
Morgan Plowden and Chelsea Nash,
right? But again, both of them still did team fight when they were on top. You know what I mean? Like Chelsea still team fought. But I get what you're saying.
But with the men, no. Yeah, there was maybe a year where we were like, there was 1 year where we're like, all right, Alex Lane, you had the best year this year. This was your year. You were the fighter of the year. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, but of course he was team fighting. Right. Yeah. There was maybe a year where, or two, maybe, right, where Ross Levine, right, he was the best fighter that year. Right. Mm-hmm. Almost every other year it was Raymond. Right.
Right.
Avery had a good year. Yep. Where Avery had a couple good years where he was the number one fighter. All right. Mm-hmm. Kevin had one when he was the number one fighter. But they team fought every single time.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you're doing your fighters a disservice. Like, yeah, we want to sponsor you, but we don't want you to team fight. Then you don't want me to be the best.
Right. And that was what was always confusing. I remember Gina talking about that, was just like, all right, I'm on here, but you don't have another a female for me to fight with. Like,
literally fighting less.
Right. So that's interesting, I don't know. We have some, are there going to be some team comebacks, some old teams? That would be cool. There's some new teams, coming out. So it's going to be a great year. I'm excited about everything that I'm doing. I'm sure a lot of other guys are. You know, are we going to see people? What are we going to see with All-Star? What are we going to see with TDE? Is TDE really coming back? I'm hearing they are. We heard Ryan Will is going to be fighting. He said that the team is coming back. So maybe that's him, Cam, and Zayn, I think. That would be interesting. That would be a great team to have back. From what I'm hearing, most of these guys are going to AKA, so it's gonna be fun.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Again, two people we've talked a lot about. Tyson. If this team sticks together and continues to go, Tyson Ray, D Stacks, James Poor, that's a great team that's going to continue to get better and grow. And they train together, and that I think that's a big difference. So that's going to be a great one to look at. Straight up, still, we've seen different teams from them last year. We saw Josiah added on at Diamonds. Really the core of the team was Brandon and Bailey, and then with Romani being there as well. So
I think
we got
straight up will probably be the favorite to win every team fighting event, or most of them. But I think / hope the team that's going to be doing the best might be the All-Stars.
Okay.
I think that would be exciting to see. I think that would be one where everyone's going to be like, I'm excited to see them, because for so long, the All-Stars were so stacked, and you had the best fighter ever, right? Mm-hmm. On the team. It was like, okay, here it goes. It's the All-Stars. And it was very exciting final matchups, and they didn't always win. And they did have finals where they're like, oh my gosh, are they going to win this? No, the All-Stars lost. Heck, Team NK beat the All-Stars once, right?
Right.
So it is possible,
mm-hmm.
but it is a totally different feel without the GOAT on the squad, right?
Right.
If he's not fighting, right, then you're like, oh, this is exciting, right? So I don't know, man. I would be really excited to see what the All-Stars do.
Another one I'd really like to see that would have more of a comeback in teams would be Impex, honestly, because they have, they picked up Nico. He's in Canada. He's not going to be able to, be involved much.
Yeah, they need to,
they need some guys.
They need some people.
Yeah, they need some people big time. So I'm interested to see that, see Impex start fighting, team fighting more. So
who would be someone that would be great to put around Avery and Chris Gorham? Who would be it? Because you got to think about a couple people. I mean, if Willie's out there fighting the way he is, I mean, I think that's fantastic. You put him out there, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe he's not. So if he's not, because I think the last couple times he fought, he wasn't wearing Team Impex.
No. So, I think he was League of Angels or whatever it was.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So
maybe that's I don't know.
John Curtillo.
Okay.
I think John Curtillo and who?
I would say, what if Brayon switches over to that? I don't know.
It wouldn't work, man. Listen, for the same factor I was just talking about, homeboy speaks Spanish first.
Spanish, true,
right?
True.
It just wouldn't work.
That's true. I get it. All right. Forget I said that.
I mean, think about if if he was on a if Bryan was on a team from the South.
Listen, I'm just
that would not work.
Yeah, Tyson
Ray on Impex.
Actually, or I kind of would like D. I would think D Stacks actually would.
D Stacks would look good.
Yeah.
I think the middleweight division is going to be interesting, because especially guys like Darren Payne, like Ryan, George, Kevin Walker, guys that are lean, long, and strong.
Yep.
That are
and
versatile.
There's many that we haven't even mentioned. I mean, you're also
so many.
Isn't Alex in there too? Or no, he's lightweight, right?
Who?
Alex. Alex Macias is lightweight, right?
I think he's a welter. Or no,
Welter.
he's a welter or light middle.
Okay.
He's one of the two.
Okay.
I actually believe he's light middle. So yeah, Rashad Obeda would be fantastic. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That he actually would be really good if he was active and training and fighting again, and he wanted to fight. That would be good.
I'm not sure what Murphy said if he's gonna have. I know he has a team. I don't know. I know he's gonna have Justice. Justice Floyd is someone we've talked about. Is one that is going to be active with Ortiz. Is it Carlos Ortiz? Is that his name? Or I can't remember. He fought on VFT, and then he won his first division at Pan Am. Yeah. So you put those two guys with whoever he wants to put. He has some different people he can put out there. They could be someone who causes a threat. So I'm excited about it, man. I think this is going to be great. This is going to be a great season, a great year. All right. We talked about women. We talked about men. I know we hadn't really talked about forms much. We talked kind of weapons, but there's so many people. I mean, I know for me, I'm pumped up to compete against Edgar again. And then also, you have Sam Diaz, who had a great year last year. So excited for that. Okay,
let's talk about that.
All right, what's up?
Let's talk about that. You and Edgar Cordova,
you
guys are homies.
Yeah.
Edgar's good.
Yeah.
Who's better?
You know the answer to that, so I don't need to.
Come on, who's better?
I don't need to answer that. I've already done it.
Yes. What do you mean you don't need to answer that? I asked you the question.
Listen. I don't need to brag, so it's okay. We got to go after it. All right. So no, listen. Edgar and I have battled many times.
All right. Who has a better Korean form?
Oh, that's me. he's gonna hate me for that one, but
what you're gonna say?
We've been in the finals against each other many times, and I won.
Wait a minute. So what you're saying? Because you said that very quick. What you're saying is there's something else that Edgar might be better than you.
Yes, in weapons he has been better than me. So I'm excited to test that again because I'm just having fun. It ain't about me and Edgar. It's about myself
now.
Doing it again. But yeah,
we just made it that way now.
Oh man. But no, I'm excited. No, literally he's one of my best friends. So I'm excited to really to compete against him again. And my creative and his weapons will be a lot of fun against each other. And then who knows what NASCAR is going to be like in Korean or senior traditionals. So,
I can't remember if it was Richard Osborne Jr. Who put up that post of choreo, but we do need to see more of that.
Yeah, and did you see my comment I put? Did you understand what I was saying with my comment about that?
I understood 100% what you were saying, and you're absolutely right. Yes, there does need to be change. Does need to be development within the Korean form system.
Right.
Progress. That's what you were saying. Progress to where it's like, yes, we should not be fully vertical walking doing stances. Like it's not a real thing. Your punches can be faster and they can be chambered to the rib, not to the hip. Right? You can do that. You can have progression and still be phenomenal. Right? If anyone doesn't know what we're referencing this video of choreo done, and it's if you've ever seen choreo done, it's only been done one way. All right. And there was a video of a team of Korean black belts doing it in unison on the open martial arts discussion group. So if you're not a part of it, ask Richard Osborne Jr. to be a part of it. We'd love to put you in there.
Right. So that's going to be something to really look for. I know for me, that's one of my goals is to really just, do something with the Korean division. So, a couple other guys to look forward to in the 30 plus, Joseph Bine, he's in there, again, if Tim comes to tournaments, he just turned 30, he can compete in 30 plus, which is insane. Like that, because this dude can trick. It's crazy, right? There's lots of guys. There's Kevin Kowalczyk as well. There's lots of good guys. You still have, Eric's probably not going to be able to compete this year unless a little later. Eric Trimley. Kevin is really good. Andrew wants to come back, hopefully. But I mean, it's going to be exciting, but I don't know, man. I just know this is going to be a big year. I think everyone's excited because we feel like we're going to get a full year, I hope. And,
Yo, you know what, Jesse?
And guess what? You're going to get more Martial Arts Center Network because we're going to be all over the place. So, guys, if y'all want us to be involved with your event, message us now. So we can be there. So we can either commentate for it. We can do our show there for it. We can put you on here and talk about your event, bring you on the show, bring you on our show. Let's just make this sport grow.
You want it to be top flight, bring Jeff and I out there on site and just see the kind of excitement that will show up. It'll be exciting. Hey, you know what Jesse should do? I was thinking of this because we've been so saddened with the Canadians. We're like, man, can you just do a VFT Canada special?
Right.
A whole show, just
Canada.
People sneaking into the back door of Trevor's school.
Right.
The whole VFT event.
I thought you were going to say Jesse's school, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's going to be really difficult.
They sneak in the back door of Trevor's school, and then that way the government can't find out.
Yes, I'll be in your vlog. I will be in your vlog, Caitlin.
Nice.
All right, guys, let's do it. We had a great show.
Let's not forget to tell him who's going to be on next week.
Oh, yes. We got
Mr. Legend,
Mike
Pondiero. He's been on the show before. If you haven't listened to the show with Mike P that we did in 2020, go back, listen to that one. That was a very good one. He was on our 1-year anniversary show as well. That was a good one, but he's coming back. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. So I can't wait to hear that one. So, that'll be fantastic.
And we're going to get into a lot of what we're talking about today, and here's his perspective of who's going to, who he is really looking forward to be the next big thing right now, or who's going to have the year, You know
what I'm kind of interested to hear what he might have to say, though? Let's not forget this Sunday. Let's hear what he say about season 4 of Cobra Kai, because Fist Kicks and Flicks, they're going to go live on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. They're going to do a kind of review of Cobra Kai season 4. Have you seen season 4 yet?
So that just put a lot of pressure on me. I need to go and finally watch it. So I started the first episode, and then I had to go, and I haven't really had time.
You had to go get engaged?
Yeah. That was after that. But so man, everyone, if you haven't watched it, watch it, and then join Martial Arts Center Network live 9 p.m. It's going to be fun. If you guys haven't watched or listened to their show, it's a blast. All right, funny. Those guys are funny. Time. Okay, it's a fun time. I enjoy it. I got to catch up on a couple episodes. So, but.
This has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. See you guys next week.